Hello everyone, it is princess_mini4 and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time of my experience with therapy. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit that notification bell and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a post. Alright y'all, so y'all know I got my little paper here because sometimes I just talk too much, but I'm just going to pretty much read off of this. It's about 7 pages, but it's back and forth. And yeah, don't mind my Christmas shirt and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, anyway. So the last time I went to therapy was back in 2021 with my community college. I loved her and I enjoyed talking with her. One thing I always say is, whenever I get a doctor or a therapist that I actually enjoy, for some reason they leave or retire. So she retired at the end of 2021, and I was supposed to be reached out about a new therapist in 2022, but never was. And then I graduated and now I'm at a completely different college. So after the incident in March this year, which is already a video up about that, and it's under my Life with Mental Illnesses playlist. My uncle was insistent I go to therapy, and for a long time I kept putting it off until I practically had no other choice because he kept calling me and saying, "Did you make that appointment yet? Did you make that appointment yet?" So I finally did it. So I went ahead and asked my doctor, who I had grown to like, and then of course he left, if I could get a referral for a therapist. I don't know what it is, y'all, with me. Like, I'm so serious, but y'all see. My first appointment was like the introduction, and it was a black guy, and I didn't really get a good vibe from him. It has nothing to do with his skin color, I should say, but I'm just describing the person. He was a black guy. Yeah, and I don't think I would have enjoyed talking with him, but luckily for me, he either quit or was fired. But by the next time I had an appointment, he was gone, and whatever it was, it happened very quick because all of a sudden they called me and said, "We don't have nobody, blah blah." So yeah. So on August 1st, I had my first appointment, and I'm going to call her Angel because I feel like she was an angel. I really wasn't the happiest about going to therapy, but once I started talking with her, everything felt so natural. She was very hype and upbeat, and I loved that. She generally seemed like she loved her job. We first started off with a few goals. And I'm taking this from like the My Chart thing, so yeah. So number 1 was controlling everything. My objective was to identify 1 to 3 things we currently control that we do not need to control. When recognizing, using positive thinking and processing why I try to control these things, decrease ruminating thoughts at night from 60 minutes to 45 minutes by setting a timer on my phone. Number 2 is I can't get over not being a child. She said to define what is a child and define what is adolescent and define what is adult. Number 3, I have a hard time saying no. So she said identify 2 to 5 ways to express not wanting to do something, saying no, and becoming assertive. Number 4, sibling relationship. Improve with my brothers, Kayati and Kenny. Process 2 to 5 feelings and emotions related to decreased relationship with brother, and create a list of questions to ask brother. I don't know what that means. So these only ever came up that first appointment with Angel, but that's okay. I still will be working on me, trying to control everything, and I still will be working on me trying to get over the fact that I am no longer a child anymore. And I want to talk about this for a second. Last night I was sitting here and I just thought of something. I was on Facebook just looking at like my family's page and like their pictures. It's like there's a variety of my family members, and it just finally hit me what I've been feeling lately, especially when I go around my family. It's like I'm 22 years old, but I'm at the stage in my life where it's like I'm considered too young to have children, but I'm too old to hang out with children. So it's like the children in my family are like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. But then I'm too young because I'm not married and I'm not established. I don't have a job and I don't live on my own. I'm too young to have a kid, but I'm too old to hang out with the kids. So I'm just in this weird limbo land, and it feels so awkward and like, I just feel awkward. I don't know what I should do. I don't know who I should hang out with. It's just weird, you know, and I've finally been able to put a name to it. But it's like, when do I get out of this awkward stage? When I have kids so I can hang out with my cousins with kids? Or do I go back to being a kid and hang out with the kids? Like, I'm in such a weird stage of my life, and I hope I get over it, because I just don't like I feel out of place. I feel like I don't belong with anybody, and I don't like that. But yeah, that's like, I don't know. So yeah, and I talked with my older, oh yeah, so my oldest brother, I don't talk to my oldest brother. He's 11 years older than me. I don't know if I even talked about him on my channel. My oldest brother name is Kenny. We have the same dad, but different moms. I reached out to him over Facebook Messenger. He has not answered. Maybe I'll try again in the new year to reach out to him again and stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to keep reaching out to people if they don't want to reach out to me. We were close when we were younger. How close can a person be? 11 years and I'm a boy and he's a girl. But it's like, you know, I would love to have a relationship with him. He has kids, and y'all know I love kids. I was literally looking through the Facebook picture the other day. I'm like, every picture I'm in, which ain't in much, but whatever picture I'm in, one thing y'all can best believe, I'm holding somebody's kid. I love kids. I would be such a great aunt to these kids, to his kids. But it's like, if he doesn't want to have a relationship with me, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't force him to have a relationship with me. That is, he's what, 33 or whatever. He's 11 years older than me. If he doesn't want to have a relationship with me, that's on him. But I will probably try again in the New Year's. But like I said, if I try again and it's not okay, then it is what it is. But my other older brother, which is Kayati, he is 7 years older than me. We have the same mom, but different dads. I have been texting him a lot and reaching out to him a lot and stuff like that. And he invited me to the Christmas party. So I'm going to try to spend more time with him in the New Year's, go out for lunch, you know, always go over my cousin's house with the 2 boys and stuff like that. So I am going to try, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I definitely worked a lot on saying no in general this year, and I'm proud of myself over that. I don't know why that is such a hard thing for me to do. I just don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want nobody mad at me, but I definitely worked on saying no and stuff like that. So me and Angel ended up meeting every other week. I wrote all the days, it's not really important, but August 1st, August 15th, August 29th, September 12th, then the 26th, then October 9th, then the 23rd, then November 6th, then the 13th, and then the last date was the 17th. I think I was filming like a video a week of my life or something then. So November 17th was my last appointment with her. I opened up a lot and I gained a ton of insight into my life and why I am the way I am. I always came to the meetings with a list of things I wanted to discuss with her, rather good or bad or happy or sad. I told her personal things like the incident that happened in March this year. And when I'm depressed and at times, so when I'm depressed at times, I deal with passive suicidal ideation. So that is the desire to die without a plan to achieve that result. So that's why it's called passive. So for my example, I will go through times where I'd go to bed at night and I'd pray to God, please don't wake me up in the morning. I don't want to wake up in the morning. I want to die. That's how it is. I'm not actively trying to kill myself, but it's like, I wouldn't care if I don't wake up in the morning. That's why it's called passive suicidal ideation. You don't have a plan. You're not like suicidal, but you still have to be watched because it could turn into active suicidal ideation. But it only happens when I'm going through my depressive episodes. It doesn't just happen on a regular day. So when times are good, I fear death. Like death is one of my number 1 fears. But when times are bad, it doesn't scare me. I also told her about my dealings with intrusive thoughts, which are ideas and images that come to mind uninvited and typically unwanted. So this next thing I got directly from Google. It says, and it's in quotations, they can range from a thought that makes you feel a little bit uneasy to being wholly disturbing. A good example I had one time, I was driving on the road and on the opposite side came an 18-wheeler truck. We both were going about 50 miles an hour, and a thought just popped into my head. What if I just turn and run right into this truck head on? That's an intrusive thought, because there's a difference between impulsive and intrusive. An impulsive thought, or like an impulsive action, is, you know, you're baking a cake and you just smash your face into it. It's just an impulsive thought. You had it and you acted on it. But intrusive is usually like, I'm going to kill everybody in this room. I'm going to, you know, that's what intrusive. Intrusive are usually like very dangerous and very scary. There's a big difference. People always seem to get them mixed up, but there's a very big difference between the two of them. I then imagined the car accident, but of course I'm still here and I didn't act on it, but it was still an intrusive thought that I had. So I was diagnosed with depression and generalized anxiety disorder back in 2019. My depression comes and goes. Angel compared it to like cancer, meaning that it goes into remission and it comes back. That's, you know, why she compared it to that. I personally call them episodes. When I get depressed again, I say I'm going through a depressive episode, because episodes are usually like, what, 45 minutes? Like a show, it's like an episode, and then it's like it stops, and then there's another episode, you know? But they come and go, and sometimes they're short and other times they're long. Sometimes it's not so bad and other times it's horrible. But that's life. And that's my life. You know, depression is usually a lifelong thing. Once you have it, there's not really a cure. I mean, you can take medication, but if you want to rely on medication for the rest of your life, that kind of just depends on you. But it's one of those things that really doesn't have a cure. You know, therapy helps, but there's nothing that's going to make it go away. But yeah, I would just have to learn to live with it, and I will fight my hardest to not allow my depression to take over my life or to take my life. You guys know that a lot of people with depression end up taking their life. So my anxiety is one of those things that never go away. I wish my anxiety was like my depression so I could have an anxiety episode, but I'm usually anxious all the time, especially public settings. My anxiety is worse in social settings by 100%. I don't talk to people. My nose is like acting like I'm about to sneeze or something. I hate making appointments by phone. I hate ordering food by phone. I extremely hate anything to do with public speaking. I chicken out on going to fun places when I know there's going to be a big crowd. My anxiety has kept me from having a fun college life or a fun life in general. My symptoms are stomach cramping, shaky voice, heart pounding very fast, lightheaded or dizzy, hands shaking, the runs, TMI I know, nausea and chest pain. And the chest pain is very scary because you can't tell if you're having a heart attack or you're just having anxiety. And sometimes I have like heart palpitations, and that's even more scary because heart palpitations come with not being able to breathe that well. So in September of this year of 2023, I was formally diagnosed with OCD. OCD, and I got this from the internet, is a long-lasting disorder in which a person experiences uncontrollable and reoccurring thoughts, which is under obsessions, which is because OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. So that's the obsessions. They engage in repetitive behaviors, which is the compulsions, or both. They have it written in my medical journal as mixed obsessional thoughts and acts. So the reason Angel and I came to this diagnosis was by looking at how I get irritated when plans fall through or when my routine gets disturbed. Like, I have talked about this all the time. Like I said, first I thought I had ADHD, but people with ADHD usually, like I said, don't function by a routine. They usually thrive without a routine. And the reason why I wasn't sure if I had ADHD or I was on the spectrum was the spectrum is the autistic spectrum disorder. Because people with OCD and autism kind of are the same with their routines. Like I said, I may try to insert a picture in here, like over here or something, of just my reminder app. A lot of people have an iPhone, don't even use the reminder app. Y'all, my reminder app is filled with stuff ranging from what I'm going to eat, what I have to do, like my scar treatments, like my blooms, my workouts. My reminder app is full. And it's just, sometimes it's stressful, but other times it's like, I love it, you know. But My reminder app is full. I'm like obsessed with planners. Like I overplan and I overplan and I overplan. I have a plan for 2029. You know, I don't even know what's going to happen by then, but I guarantee you I got a plan. So, but yeah, we also looked at how I plan and overplan my every single day. We looked at how I can't function without my routine and I feel lost without it. I like the things in my room or just in my area a certain way, and I hate when people move it and not put it back. The intrusive thoughts also played a big part in the diagnosis, because that's another thing that comes with OCD. One thing I did notice about myself is my obsession with lists and planners and my repetitive behavior with locking my car, for an example. I only need to lock my car one time. My car has a thing where you can press like the little thing on the handle and it's locked. But in my head, I have to lock it twice. And sometimes I cannot stop thinking about if I locked my car. It'll haunt me until I finally forget about it or I just lock it again. Same with the front door of my house. When I come in the house, I lock the door. And I set the alarm. I come upstairs. I'm halfway through the stairs. I look again. I go up a little bit more. I look again. I get to the top of the stairs. I'm getting ready to get in the house. I look again. And sometimes I have to go back and look because I have to make sure that I lock the door. These are the things that came to the diagnosis. And it's kind of nice because all my life, it's been so stressful not knowing what's wrong with me. And it's not nothing wrong. People who have OCD, there's nothing wrong with you. It's something that's a little bit different about you, you know? But it's nice to finally have a name. And you know what I'm saying? To finally be able to research and find and what's like just figure out why I am the way I am. It's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Because all my life I just thought I was just weird, you know? But yeah, so I asked, so yeah, that's what I was diagnosed with. I was diagnosed with OCD. And yeah, if like I said, it just finally feels nice to finally be able to know. So that is that. I asked Angel if I could possibly get on some medication for my anxiety, and she agreed with me, and she felt like I would truly benefit from my medication because of my OCD and my generalized anxiety disorder. So because I told you I listed all the appointments that we had, and my anxiety never really seemed to go away. Like I said, my depression comes and goes, but my anxiety is one of those things that are just always there. So that's why she felt like I would benefit from it. So she sent a message over to my doctor, and now I am on Zoloft for my anxiety. I started taking this on the 15th of November, and it has helped a good amount with my anxious feelings when I'm out in public settings. So far, so good. I will update if needed. It's only been a little bit over a month. The symptoms I get are feeling tired, and sometimes I feel like I'm out of it, or I compared it to being under the influence, which, I mean, I was like, how you know that? But it's like, and I can't even, like, I don't know. Like, you know, I guess people when they smoke or, like, they take drugs. No. I can compare it to when I take oxycodone. I don't take it all the time. And now you can't take it with Zoloft anyway. But when I used to take it from my surgeries, like the arm surgery and stuff like that, that's how I felt. I felt out of it, tired. I felt like I was just kind of drunk or high. That's kind of how you feel, you know, which is why people abuse drugs. So that's kind of how you feel when you're on Zoloft. Well, when I'm on Zoloft, everybody's symptoms are different. It could be like that with me because I had weight loss surgery. Things get absorbed faster and differently when you have weight loss surgery. So I almost feel like I'm on autopilot. I do things and I know I'm doing it, but I feel like I'm watching myself do it instead of actually doing it myself, if that makes any sense. Like, when I first started driving to school, it was kind of trippy, you know, and probably not really that safe. But I mean, I'm here and I got there, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of on autopilot. Like, I was driving, which they also combine that with highway hypnosis. When you're driving like a long way and there's nothing, your body just, I mean, you get there safe and sound. You stop at all the red lights and everything, but you don't remember doing it. All you remember is your end result. Like, I would get to school and be like, how did I get here? Like, I wouldn't even remember getting to school. But I guess that's how it helps the anxious thoughts. Because sometimes I would be so anxious while driving. Now I'm just driving like I'm a G. Like, okay, cool. Get in the car, go where I'm going. Ain't no problem. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't affect. The only thing that, like I said, is the tiredness, which that doesn't happen. It's so weird. It doesn't happen every day. Cause like some days, like yesterday I've been taking it every morning. Yesterday I didn't even feel the effects at all. But it's like, it could also be because it's Christmas was yesterday and I was like busy. So if I'm busy, I don't feel the effects. But if I'm just sitting around here chilling and I just be like, oh, I'm tripping, you know? Or like other times, it'll be so bright. Like I would take my pill at like 7:30 and I had to leave here at 8:30 to go to school. I would go into the bathroom and them lights were like somebody had the brights on. And I don't know if it's because life is dull without it, and then it's like, oh my god, the sun's out again, you know, because Zoloft is also good for depression as well. I know I've talked about it briefly. Like lately I've been like so ecstatic about my future. Like I've been so happy, so ready, so motivated. If y'all remember, sometimes I'm like, I don't got a future, I don't care, I'm not even gonna, you know, live to this time. But now I'm like, I'm ready, I'm go lucky, I'm ready to get a job, I'm excited. So I don't know, like I said, the Zoloft be working, y'all. So the Zoloft be having me be happy, be like motivated. You know, life is bright and, you know, where it's usually dull. So, hey, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, I don't really have that many bad side effects. And I haven't like noticed weight gain or anything because I weigh the same all the time. 137 is my lucky number at this point. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this, whenever I get a doctor or a therapist I like or enjoy, they somehow leave. So Angel had a child 3 years ago, so she has a 3-year-old daughter. And I guess she wanted a job that was able to work around her child's schedule. And that's meant her leaving. I guess the job, her being the counselor there or therapist, whatever, couldn't work around her schedule, so she left. Which I guess being a mother, I guess that makes sense. But I just find it weird that she waited till the child was 3. I'm like, the kid's about to go to school in 2 years. But yeah. So our last appointment was on the 17th of November. And that was her actual last day. Because I remember I mentioned before she wanted to keep certain patients to just kind of do like on the side at like 5 or 6 p.m. But they told her no. So luckily before this, I was soon to be done with therapy because I had progressed enough that I was going to just be able to come back as needed instead of coming back every other week. So I was already done. We were just kind of having the last few appointments before she just decided to leave. So, which is good. Which means that you don't have to go to therapy lifelong. I started August 1st, and by like the middle of November, I was already processed enough that I only had to come back whenever I needed to. So therapy is not horrible. But it is still sad to know that when I want to or when I need to go back, she would not be there for me. But I'm very appreciative that I met her and she helped me with a ton, and I'll remember her for a long time. So one of my New Year's resolutions of this year, which is 2023, was to focus on my mental health. Well, I did just that, and I checked it off on my little New Year resolutions. And I'm very proud of myself, and I won't stop working hard to focus on my mental health every year. And if I need to go back to therapy, I'll just have to start all over. But at the end of the day, therapy is a great thing for everyone, not just people who struggle with mental health problems. So if you haven't been to therapy, I wish you would go because it could be a good thing for you. Like I said, I would go to her when I was happy, sad, mad, glad. Therapy, you don't have to go to therapy when you're sad or when you're depressed. You can go to therapy because you're happy. Because sometimes when you're happy, you just want to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I love filming. Because when I'm going through stuff, I just want to talk. And one thing I'm going to say, which is kind of petty a little bit, but I guess if y'all remember on Vlogmas Day 17, I uploaded about, you know, my story time of how I met my ex and why we aren't together anymore. I guess he can call himself, what happened? How I get mixed up? I guess he can call himself mad at that or whatever. Which maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, it's my channel and I can do what I want. And I feel like, hey, I wasn't rude. You know, but I guess sometimes it's like a wake-up call to people. So, he ain't talked to me for a long time. And every weekend I was saying like, oh, have a great weekend, blah, blah, blah. And he was just very dry. Like I said in that video, Actually, I don't think I did say in that video. You can tell when a person like him is not, like, is in a bad mood or not happy with you, because he would always text with all these exclamation points and all these, like, extra things. And then I was like, Merry Christmas to you and your family, which is just me being respectful. Like I said, I'm not saying it because I want to get back together with him. I say Merry Christmas to everybody. Like, everybody I was sending Merry Christmas to, me being a good person and me being a loving and caring person. Oh, this is my commercial. Meaty, cheesy. Anyway, so he was just like, same to you. So I'm done. You know, like, one of the things I'm leaving in 2023 is going to be him. I've already deleted his number, his Instagram. And I also hid my stories from him because I didn't even talk about it in that video because I didn't want to bash him. But as soon as we broke up, he blocked me on Instagram. But then, yeah, so then after he unblocked me and started to talk to me again and stuff like that, he doesn't follow me and I don't follow him, because once you block me, I'm done. Because I'm not 12. I'm not 12. So once you block me, I'm done. But yeah, so he doesn't follow me, but every day he goes out of his way to view my story, because if you don't follow somebody, you're not going to see their story. But he always goes out of his way to see my story. So it's like, now you act like you don't want to text me, so I'm going to delete your number and I'm going to have you not be able to see my story. Because why do you want to see my story if you're not following me and we're not together? So yeah. Just wanted to say that in this video. I'm leaving him in 2023 and I'm going to move forward. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm happy about that. Which, like I said, I didn't mention a lot of the stuff that she said and stuff. But like I said in that video, there's certain things you need. And that's in a relationship. But you know what? It's in life. There's certain things you need in life that are good for you, that you want to stay away from. So, yeah. I don't want that negative energy coming into my 2024. So 2023, this is my last video going up in 2023. 2023 was not a bad year for me. Like, I know I see a lot of people on Twitter saying, oh my God, this year was horrible. I didn't have a horrible year. Like, yeah, we had the incident in March, but like, that's life. Families are going to have disagreements. It's life, you know? But like, other than my surgeries, which I can't even say my surgeries were a horrible time. I knew the recovery was going to be hard and everything like that. But to me, 2023 was a good year. I spent the time and I worked on myself mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, like I said, I had my surgeries, you know, like 2023 was a good year for me. It was. My fall semester was so good to me. Like, oh my God, I loved my fall semester. It was amazing. I had an amazing time. My birthday was amazing. Christmas was amazing. Thanksgiving was amazing. Summer, everything. You know what I'm saying? Even that relationship, even being in a relationship for the first time and being able to experience that was amazing. And everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't regret anything I did this year. You know, and I don't regret any video I uploaded. So, you know, I'm happy about that. So this is my experience with therapy. Like I said, if you haven't been to therapy, I'm not saying that you should go, but look into it. I think it's a good thing to have somebody to talk to. And like I said, no matter what's going on. And like I said, if I ever need to go back, I will go back. Because I want to always make sure I'm focusing on myself, and not even, like I said, myself, not just physically, but mentally, because it is important. You only get one life. So it's like, I want to live my life to the fullest, and I want to be here for a long time. And nobody wants to feel like they don't want to be here. It's not a good feeling. Like, if you've never been depressed, consider yourself lucky. I be joking around and saying, oh, you God's favorite, for real. No, but yeah, 2023 was not a bad year, and I'm looking forward to 2024, and I'm going to have an amazing time, because at the end of the day, no matter what life throws at me, I know that God is watching over me. And I'm also a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So whatever is thrown at me, I hope I can go through it, and I hope I can get through it, because I know that I got my family members watching over me in heaven, and I know that, you know, God is with me and Jesus is with me and everything like that, and I got my family surrounding me. So yeah, I'm just very motivated. The Zoloft is kicking in, y'all. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn notification bell knowing I post, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you guys in 2024. Bye guys. Love you. Love you.